Alright, so today we're talking about nomenclature and molar mass. We talked about how to write formulas for things. We're going to figure out how much each thing weighs. So, molar mass is a weight of 1 mole in grams. What's the unit that it's in?
Mole.
Not yet. Grams per mole. Good. So, the unit that we work in is for molar mass the unit that we work in for molar mass is going to be grams per mole. Okay, so this is a square that you're going to see on the periodic table, right? Can someone take a guess as to what the molar mass is? Which number? Jamar.
That number.
The bottom or the top?
The bottom number.
The bottom number. So that is our molar mass. So whenever you see the big, usually going to be a bigger number, it's going to be 30.97 for phosphorus. That is your molar mass. Okay, now, things get a little bit complicated when we start talking about polyatomic ions. So polyatomic ions are the ones with more than one atom in their compounds, right? So let's take phosphate as an example. What is the formula of phosphate? PO4 with the what charge? Raise your hand if you think it's 2 minus. 3 minus. Phosphate. 3 minus. Charge is 3 minus for phosphate. Okay, so we know that the formula of phosphate is PO4 with the 3 minus charge. How many phosphorus do we have here? 1. How many oxygen? 4. Okay. Did everyone understand that? How many oxygens do we have? 4. So whenever you see a number at the bottom right, that only applies to the guy that's right in the front, right? We never say that's got 4 phosphorus, right? That only says 4 oxygen. So when I'm asking for what is the molar mass of the whole thing, which is PO4, you have to take the mass of phosphorus, which is 30.97. By the way, the last 2 digits might differ than my answer if you're using a different periodic table than me, but don't worry about it. As long as when you round it up to a whole number, you get a similar answer as me. Okay, so oxygen has a molar mass of 16 grams per mole, but we said that there are 4 oxygens, so we have to go ahead and multiply the molar mass of oxygen to 16 by the number that you have to get the mass of the oxygen, all 4 of them. Then, what do you think we're going to do?
Add it.
Then we're going to add it. 16 comes from where?
Because that's the molar mass of oxygen.
Exactly, and this is the molar mass. That's
because you're not paying attention.
I'm sorry? Hey, be quiet, please. You. Follow through with the notes. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So, with molar mass, you're not supposed to allow to do
So on the quiz and test, I'm going to tell you how many digits I want you to keep the numbers by.
Oh,
Make
man.
sense? I'll specify that. All right. So let's actually do the math. So here's PO4. We know it's got 3 minus charge. Here's a molar mass of phosphorus, which we said is what, according to my screen?
30.97.
Good. Come on, 30.97. Chris, it took you 30 seconds to get back together. Okay? What is the molar mass of oxygen?
16.
16, but how many of them are there?
4.
Good, so we have to go ahead and multiply that by 4, and we get 48. Then we say we're going to do what? We're going to add them together, right? So the analogy that I used for the other class was a fruit basket. So a fruit basket. So if you have a basket, sorry, it's a terrible. Thank you. What is the number? 64. When you add it together, what do you get? 94.96. Sorry, I was doing it wrong. 96. Close enough. Okay, so let's talk about fruit basket analogy. I did the math wrong. If you have an apple, I'm going to call it A, and you have 2 lemons, right? And I'm asking you, just go with it. If I'm asking you, I want you to find the mass of all the fruit that's in there. You'll find the mass of what first? Apple, and then mass of 1. Then do what with it? And then you're going to do? You're going to add it, right? So common sense says, okay, if I want to figure out how much the mass is for all the fruits, I just take the mass of apple combine it with the total mass of L, right? So in this case, we took total mass of oxygen, because there are 4 of them, and added together with 1 mole's mass of phosphorus, because there's only 1 of them. Okay? Let's do more examples with that. So sorry about the math error. Yeah, it happens. All right, so sodium bromide. Can someone tell me what the mass of sodium is? Okay, hey, by the way, let's go ahead and take out your periodic table.
So what, you said you want to know the math?
Yeah, not yet. Let's wait until everyone gets together. I got it. Let's wait.
22.
I got it.
22.9898.
Good job. You mean my periodic table? All right, so Jamar,
Yes.
what group is sodium in? Nope. Group what? 1A.
1A.
Right? You said hydrogen's group. All right, so sodium's mass, Jamar said, is what?
22.9.
22.9. I do agree. So I'm going to keep it to 2 decimal points, 22.99. What is the bromine's mass, Amber? Bromine's mass. Yep. 70, keep it 2 decimal points. 79.9. Good. 79.9. So, you only have 1 of each, so what are we going to do now? Add, right? Pretty simple. Awesome. Let's go ahead and do Na3PO4. I'll give you 5 seconds to write this down. And we're going to switch. Not yet. Don't scream it out. All right, I'm waiting. Okay. I'm giving you 5 seconds to write down the answers. All right. Na3PO4. Before we go on, let's figure out how many of each things there are. How many sodium do I have?
3.
3. How many phosphorus do I have? 1. I'm really glad you said 1 because that 4 is for which atom?
Oxygen.
That guy's for oxygen. So whenever you see that, he actually has that invisible 1 there, right? So there's only 1. So let's just list out all the molar masses out, okay? So there's your sodium. That's got 22.99. Then there's your phosphorus, which is 30.97. Then there's your oxygen with 16 grams per mole. Can I just add it up and be done with it? No, because why? Exactly. So I have to multiply, and because I have more than 1 of them. So I know that with sodium I have 3. With phosphorus, I'm going to multiply by 1. And then how about oxygen? 4. So I did the math for you, and this is what I get.
So when we get the calculator?
You can use your calculator. I know. It's that time of the year. All right, you're going to do what now?
Add.
You're going to add them together. Is there a question? Huh? Okay. So when you add them together, you're adding 3 of the sodium's mass, which is 68.97, with the mass of 1 phosphorus, 30.97, with the mass of 4 oxygen, which is 64. And your total molar mass for Na3PO4 is 163.94. But if I ask you, what is the molar mass of sodium by itself? 22.99, right? Because I'm asking for only 1 molar mass of sodium. Does that make sense? So if I ask you what is the molar mass of oxygen? 16. But if I ask you what is the molar mass of Na3PO4, it's 163.94. Good. So I'm going to give you 20 seconds to do NH4 2S at the bottom of your paper. Okay. So here we are with NH4 2S. So here's a little trick. I like to keep things in parentheses. I like to keep things in parentheses together, and I like to just keep them together so it's easy for me to figure out what the mass of this guy is and then take care of the rest, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to list out the masses just like I did. So nitrogen's mass, I have 1401, right? How many of them are there in the parentheses? Just by itself. 1. I only have 1, right? How about hydrogen? 4. So I know that 1 Mole of hydrogen's mass is 1. But because I have 4 of them inside the parentheses, I'm not looking at anything else right now. I'm just looking at the parentheses. I have to multiply by 4. And what do I get?
4.
Good. If I add them up, I get the mass of NH4.
4.
But how many NH4?
2.
No.
1.
Why is it 1?
Because because that's just what it is. Then you
Take the
do.
cap off. Okay, let's recap.
No, we know it. It's just like.
Let me just recap, just to make sure. N. How many N do I have? 1. And I said that's 14.01, right? How many hydrogen do I have? 4. So I multiply 1 by 4, and I get 14.01 plus 4. So when I get 18.01, that is the mass of just this guy. Only one of them. But what I have to do, Ebony, now? I have to multiply by 2. Okay, everyone look at the screen because I spent some time on it.
Why?
Because I did a really good job. Look at it. Ready?
No, not the board. Why are you multiplying times 2?
I'm about to show you. Exactly. So here, can you guys see the screen? 18.01 is only for 1 mole of NH4. So look.
Huh?
Do you see it? But just like Ronnie said, the 2 that's out of the parentheses. So we have to go ahead and bring that down and multiply so that we can say we're actually accounting for 2 of the NH4s, not just 1. So when I do that, say it again. I just did it. 636.02. There's 2 of them, right? Yeah. I know, but I rounded it up. Or rounded it down. That's fine. It's close to 1. Am I done? I'm not done. What? I have to do what? Exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and bring down sulfur. And my total mass is?
32.06. Oh, you say your total mass is 68.08.
Right.
It's 0.08.
Sulfur's mass, I found it on the periodic table, and it says 36.02, right? Give me a second, Jeffrey. I have to add that, 32.07. I have to add that to the 2 moles of NH4's mass that I found by doing all of this. My total mass for this NH42S is 68.09. Make sense? Okay, so I want you to flip to the next page, and we're going to do the first problem together. But Jeffrey, what's your question? So I'm going to tell you on an assessment how far I want you to keep the digits to, so there's not an error. Does that make sense? All right, so let's do a problem together. Okay, so first of all, we have to write the formula for, what is it? 10, 2, hydroxide. Okay, I'm going to give you 10 seconds. I want you to figure this out. I'm going to call on someone.
I can't find it. See, now this is why I
Okay, so if it's got a Roman numeral, what is it?
transitional numeral.
So where is it going to be in the periodic table? There you go.
I still can't find it. I can't find it.
It should be an S and an N.
Good. B, D.
Look for S N.
Oh, I found it.
All right, so what is the formula?
S N.
Jamar, what is the
No.
formula?
No way we can.
Joel. What is the formula of tin 2 hydroxide?
This S N.
SN.
O H.
Okay,
She extra more.
that's it?
No, 2.
Where
There's
does
gonna
2
be a
go?
two
Behind
apostrophe.
the O H. You need parentheses.
Okay, can
mean-
someone help him out?
You didn't let me answer.
Hey guys,
You let Joel
let's take
answer.
5 seconds. Everyone's talking over each other. Class expectation, Joel.
Huh?
We already had that conversation, right?
2.
Come on, help him out. Put the parentheses around hydroxide because tin has positive 2 charge. OH minus has what charge, everyone? -4. -1. Good. Balance it out. SNOH2.
-4. No, it's -1.
So, let's go ahead and figure out the masses.
No, it
Nope.
transitions to the transfer.
Crisscross, remember? Crisscross from top
How you
to
do
the
it if
opposite
it got
side.
3 digits?
Keep it to 2 digits. So, let's go ahead and write it down. Chris, on Wednesday, because I'm going to update it on Wednesday. Tell me what the mass of tin is, though. I'm going to learn. What is the molar mass of tin? 118 what? 0.71, and that's just for tin. Now, Ronnie, since it is hydroxide, let's take care of the one that's in the parentheses first, right? So help me out. What is the mass of O?
16.9, 16.
Let's keep it at 16. I like Ronnie's path. So here's 16. Now, Ronnie, what is the mass of hydrogen?
Is 1.
1. Okay, so if I add these two numbers together, that's going to give me a mass of 1 mole of OH, right? So, Kayla, am I done with OH, or is there something else I can do right now, too? I'm going to multiply by 2. So here I have 17.
Times
Since there's 2, exactly. Can someone do the math in their head?
34.
Wait, why would we say
So you have to add
Caldwell.
the O and H, right?
also you added them, you're not just going
Right. Okay. So let's do it again. Right? Stop. Stop. That's a warning. Yeah.
So
Keep
then
your
it'll be
words going.
34 plus.
So here's OH. O's mass, 16. H's mass, 1, right? I'm looking for the mass of one packet right now. So if I want to just know how much OH is together, I have to add 16 and 1. And I get 17, right? But that parentheses, remember, it came down. It's saying, hey, wait a minute, you don't only have 1 mole of OH, but you actually have 2. Does that make sense, Jasmine? So that's why I'm multiplying by 2. Because I'm going to take care of that. So now that I figured out what 2 moles mass of OH is, what do I do, Jasmine? I have to add these together, and I have 118.71. What's the mass? 150.
15269.
Yeah, that's fine too. Grams per mole.
What if we put 69?
That's fine too.
Point what?
0.69. Okay, so you have the rest of the class period to finish 2
Watch out.
through 10, and as we go through the class period, I'm going to give you some of the answers to make sure you're doing it right. So go ahead and get started. You might want to have your polyatomic sheets out. Okay, also on a side note,